and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today my guest is Ryan LaFata with the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau. Welcome, Ryan.
All right, thanks for having me.
You're going to talk a little bit about an event this summer specific to the boating community, but anybody can come watch. And I have to confess, I've never been to the Hampton Cup Regatta, even though I've heard about it.
Wow, the Hampton Cup Regatta, it's amazing. It's kind of like NASCAR on the water.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's the oldest continuously running hydroplane boat race in North America, and is one of the only boat races in North America that's still free and open to the public. So we really have a gem here in Hampton, so we encourage everyone to definitely come out and take a look.
Free, that's a big attraction, because you can, there's no commitment. You can stay for a little while, or you can park and stay for a very long time.
Exactly.
So tell us when this is.
It'll take place August 10th through 12th. So it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event. The Friday event will be the Bash at the Bridge, which is a free party that's open to the public. You just pretty much have to pay for your food and beverage when you come out. There'll be live music and other activities. And then the racing will take place on the 11th and 12th, and that's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. On that Saturday and Sunday.
Weather permitting, obviously.
Correct, yes.
Now, where does this take place?
This will take place on the East Mercury Bridge. So it's one of the bridges that goes into Fort Monroe. That bridge will be entirely closed off. So it's all open to foot traffic. So anyone can come on, walk on, park either somewhere in a neighborhood or wherever there's available parking, and you can just come walk on the bridge. The bridge is going to be entirely closed off for the weekend. So
that sounds fun. Now, are the races on the Mill Creek side or the Bay side?
Races will be on the Mill Creek side. They've always been on the Mill Creek side. And so what you do is you get yourself a little spot and just sit there all day and kind of watch the races. And you can bring out little umbrellas or tents, but we just ask that people don't bring out a few things. One is skateboards. We don't want them to bring out pets. Coolers, things of that nature. We want people to pretty much buy their food and beverage on site.
So there are vendors on site?
Oh, there's plenty of vendors on site, food, beverage, souvenirs. We're going to have exhibitors out there as well. So plenty of things to see and do out there that weekend.
And so this all happens on the bridge, or is there a little bit on each end, or?
Yeah, actually the entire bridge is, they're going to have bleachers out there, so, and there's vendors set up that spans the entire length of the bridge. So you should be able to find a spot. We do have about 30,000 people over the entire weekend that come out, but there's going to be plenty of room for everyone, for children, people that can find a little spot and watch the races.
And that is just a really cool thing. So they run different heats, I guess, all weekend, and
they do. There's two main boats that are going to participate. They're called the hydroplanes and the Jersey skiffs. Now the hydroplanes are the really fast boats that can reach up to 170 miles per hour. Typically they go...
Holy cow,
yeah,
really?
They're very fast, very fast.
Wow.
And that's why it's so temperamental to weather. If it's choppy out there, it's all about safety. And what they do is they lower these boats in by crane over from Fort Monroe, and that's how they get into the water. And then there's these things called Jersey skiffs, which are slower. They almost look like little, like you mentioned, like cigarette boats or little speedboats that kind of bounce along the water. And they run heats all day long. And we have people from far away as Canada. In the past, we've had people come from New Zealand. So this really is a major race, a major North American race as well for boating. So.
Wow, and you said this was the longest running one in the country?
That's correct.
How many years? Do you know?
Somewhere along the way that got misconstrued, or someone was counting them in a weird way. I believe it's the 87th. The first.
Holy cow!
Yeah, 87th year, and I believe it started in 1926. So if you go back and count from 26 to now.
Yeah, I can't do that. We'll worry about that later. Well, that is pretty amazing, and Hampton is such a big boating community. I know certainly with the lack of a boat tax, we have become more popular. Absolutely. And we have a lot of marinas, but it is something that people here are involved in. It might be little boating, not the super speed boats, but it's still, as you said, fun to watch, and speed is fun. People, little kids, everybody can enjoy these races, I guess.
Most definitely. Boating obviously is a very big part of our community, as well as boating, crabbing, seafood industry, all that kind of ties together. And we have a lot of boaters, and that's why we have so much spectator participation, people that come out that are interested in this type of event. And that's why the Hampton Cup Regatta does so well and has been doing well since 1926, is that we have very strong ties to boating in the community and people that are very passionate about it. So it's going to be another great year, I think.
That's wonderful. And the Mill Creek area, is just a beautiful setting.
Yes.
That's very wide. You say creek, but it's basically almost a river back in there.
It certainly is, yes. And Fort Monroe makes a lovely backdrop for the races.
I bet.
And especially now with it being a national monument, and we're hoping to get even more exposure for the races and get more people to come out for sure.
Right. I think that'll help bring more people to Fort Monroe and increase the exposure there too.
Absolutely.
So. Okay, well, Ryan, thank you so much for coming by. Repeat these dates again just so people can write it down.
Absolutely. It's August 10th through the 12th, and it'll be things that are happening all weekend. Friday night is the Bash at the Bridge, and they'll be racing from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Those times may change a little bit, but right now 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th.
That sounds fabulous. Okay, thank you very much, Ryan.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Round Robin.